Our guest of this time, Orville Sutherland. He has had a lot of successes in the industry. He has topped charts in Jamaica and in the region. Your name has been mentioned in a U.S. magazine, newspaper really, for your performance. I think it was on the Gospel Star Showcase. You've been in the business, I think, from somewhere in the region of 2014. If I remember correctly, as we say good morning and welcome, Cool Shade.
Good morning, good morning.
Weren't you once a part of the JCDC Gospel Song Competition?
Definitely, yes.
When was this?
It's actually in 2014. So,
2014?
I made the introduction to music from that competition. So I say kudos, big ups to the Jamaica Gospel Song Competition.
You would say, by extension, that you're a product of that competition?
Well, definitely, definitely.
Yes. You gained a lot of experience and quite a bit of exposure from it as well, right?
Yes, and a lot of tutoring, if I can say, because before that, I wasn't doing it.
Oh.
Actually, I used to do poetry, so I used to write a lot. So I decided, all right, I'll do song this time. And I entered the festival and I was placed second.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. You remember who won that year?
Yeah, of course. Jay Sparks.
Jay Sparks.
Yeah, with a song called Prayer Warrior.
Okay. Definitely. But you definitely cherish all that you learned and that you gained from that competition.
Definitely.
Before we move on, is that a competition that you would recommend to other aspiring gospel artists?
Well, of course. As a matter of fact, I think it's a good channel. I made my debut from the DC Gospel Song Competition. So it is that avenue that I'd recommend.
Yeah. How did the name Cool Shade come about?
It's actually the title of my song.
Oh.
So it's the title of the song that I entered with in 2014. So since then,
yes,
I have been called Cool Shade.
Oh. So when you made the song, you never figured that would have happened?
Not at all.
But it seems like you have pretty much embraced the name Cool Shade.
Well, yeah, and it's a cool name.
Yeah. All right. I don't have the song Cool Shade. Can you just give me a line or two? Just sing a line or two.
God Almighty, you put me in a cool shade. If on a green pasture, me a go feast. Ooh, put me in a cool place. Man, I want fit thirst for water, me a go feast. Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah.
All right. How well did that song do for you?
Well, it was really good. I love reggae. I love reggae with a passion. You understand? Even though I do a lot of upbeat songs, the kind of what them call the street gospel or the dancehall gospel songs. No, but reggae is where my passion is. Yeah, I love reggae. So, yeah, cool shit.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned something, and I'd love to pick your brain on it. There are some traditional persons out there, Christians, who seem not to really embrace the newer sounds that are coming out in the world of gospel music, and some of the contemporary sounds they have a problem with it, and I'm sure that you've heard that from time to time. How do you navigate through those issues as a gospel artist?
Well, before I've grown to this level, I used to feel a little kind of way when I go to present, and then persons would have a brow lifted based on what I would present. But then based on my growth, I understand that, listen, this is the message. You understand? And for me, persons who would raise a brow based on the type of music or the style that we use to present the gospel are persons who don't grow to the level yet. You understand? So there's a lot of development that needs to be done in their lives. It has nothing to do with me. I preach the gospel through these mediums. You understand? And as a matter of fact, the secular transitions seasonally. So for every season, they take it to another level. In gospel, we keep the traditional stuff. You understand? And there's nothing wrong with the traditional, but there's a time and place according to Ephesians. You understand? For everything under the sun, there is a season. You understand? So we can embrace winter in summer. You understand? It would have been stupid. So what I'd say, embrace the culture so that we can have youths being more involved in church activities. You understand?
Very important point. Very important point that you've just made. And you'd want them to focus more on the message than the beat that it's being carried on.
Definitely. As a matter of fact, if you listen to my songs, you'd hear a lot of scriptures coming out of them. the songs that the traditional songs some of the times really based on culture. You don't hear a lot of scriptures. You understand? Not beating up the traditional songs, I love them. But when it comes to message, you'll definitely, especially in some of the DJ songs, the DJ Nicholas, you hear the scriptures coming out. You hear the Ryan Davis, the scriptures coming out, the Orville Cool Shade. A lot of scriptures coming out, and a lot of the other Michael Malachi. If you listen to even Malachi's songs, scriptures, you understand the traditional songs. It stimulates your emotion, and you feel a vibe. So naturally, you're going to cling to those. But think about the message.
All right. So this young man from Clarendon now already has one album to his credit. I think it's an album called Sweet Feeling.
Yes.
That must have given you a sense of a sweet feeling. Achieving your first album being put out. How well is it doing for you?
Well, I can't complain. According to one of my friends, I don't have one complaint with the album. The album, it's really an EP. It has 7 songs.
Okay. And
from the EP, I was nominated 7 times in Sterling with the EP.
Sterling Awards?
Yes.
Okay.
So I would, as a matter of fact, that would have been history. So I'm still at the history stands. But I just say that for each song there was a nomination.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But that wasn't the case though, not for each song, but to be nominated 7 times with the EP that has 7 songs it was overwhelming for me even now.
One of your big achievements.
Big achievements.
Yeah, man. Did you actually cop any of the awards in those categories that you were nominated? EP of the year.
Yeah.
Congrats,
man. Male Gospel Artist of the Year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a normal youth.
Normal way.
God has been good, you would say, right?
Boy, he has been more than good.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Where are you at now? On top of all of these achievements, Cool Shade, where are you at now? What are you working on, and what are you looking forward to doing in the near future, for instance?
Well, presently, I'm working on an album. Actually, I'm waiting to release another collaboration with one of the major gospel artists in Jamaica. Again, I did one with Jermaine. As a matter of fact, Jermaine, big up yourself. He has been my icon growing up.
Okay.
And to know that I did my first collaboration, a second collaboration, but with my superstar, that was humongous for me. So big up. But presently, I'm working on my album that will be released this year. We don't select the date as yet because we did already and we never got to release. I'm not going to mention a date now.
Okay.
But for now, that I'm also working on this event, Breaking Barriers, in Maypen, Clarendon. That will be the 4th of March. It's a big project for me now. We actually changed the location to a bigger location. It's at the Denby Showground. You understand? And it's going to be super califragi. And the rest of the word there.
So you have yourself and a number of other big named artists that will be performing. What's the name of the show?
It's The Gospel dubbed Breaking Barriers.
Breaking Barriers. Okay. And what's the date for it?
It's the 4th of March and it's at the Denby Showground.
All right.
Petra K will be there, Gotti will be there. Myself will be there. And then we have Michael Malachi, Ryan Davis, Saja, Lindsay, Chosen Vessel will be there, and a lot of others.
Yeah, sounds good. I wish you well with that project, and I'm sure that as you go along, maybe a few additional names will be added. You can always reach out to us, and we'll share that with our listeners. All right, so the album is coming out this year, and no doubt that will be supported by touring.
Well, definitely we're working on that. As a matter of fact, I've never really toured, so we're working on that even as we speak.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, bro, I want to wish you well. In a fairly short span of time, you have achieved quite a bit. Yeah. And as you said, God is good, so we hope that He continues to bless you going forward. And let us continue to get some of the new music. As a matter of fact, we're closing